Hello, Magic Casters of all shapes and sizes. My name is Chance, welcome to my Spellbook, and thank you so much for tuning into the third episode of our third level spell series. Today we're looking at a fantastic spell that I have looked over probably at least a dozen times, and I've never really taken seriously until now. Today we're going to be talking about Beacon of Hope, which is kind of like a lame-ish sounding name, but let me tell you, this is a spell you should have in your cleric arsenal if you're planning on doing any healing whatsoever or being of any support whatsoever. Usually I'm against the idea of recommending spells to people like this, but I gotta admit this is pretty sweet. If you disagree with me for whatever reason, please let me know why, because I think this is a fantastic spell, even for a third level spell slot. Beacon of Hope is usable by the cleric, and it is found in the good old player's handbook. Now, without further ado, let's check out its mechanics so we can understand exactly what we're talking about here. The effect at a glance is as followed. Creatures within range have advantage on wisdom saves and death saves. They also receive maximum hit points when healed. Very cool stuff. So if you heal like 2d6 or whatever, they get the full 12 healing just because, which is amazing. The cast time is 1 action. The range is 30 feet, which at a glance sounds modest, but you gotta factor in you can target any number of creatures within that area. The duration is 1 minute, and it is concentration. The components are verbal and somatic, and the school's Abjuration, which makes sense because you're protecting people. Yeah. Now let's look at the full description here and better flesh the spell out. This spell bestows hope and vitality. Choose any number of creatures within range. For the duration, each creature has advantage on wisdom saving throws, death saving throws, and regains a maximum number of hit points possible for any healing. Freaking amazing. Let me tell you, this is all it means to be a cleric, and honestly, I think third level might be a little bit too, I don't know, this spell sits kind of weird, because if you just look at the effect, I feel like this should be a higher level, but it's also concentration, so I think that's how they balanced it out. It's still an impressive buff. Something worth noting is the creatures don't have to remain within that 30-foot area. They can go outside of it, and this buff still applies to them, so very good stuff there. Now let's take a quick look at some alternative uses here. I think a great alternative use for this is just to be able to take advantage of the sheer volume of people. Especially in 5e, with spellcasters being as resource dependent as they are, if you had the ability to gain every single drop of healing to a large group of people, that's the way to do it. Outside of that, this is a great spell for balancing encounters in the way that you can just do more with less in less time, and I really do love that. This is also a great spell to be used if you're punching up. By that what I mean is if your martial character is going up against someone who's technically out of their league, this is a great way of ensuring that it just helps with survivability. This is also a spell that you're going to want to use if your DM is kind of being a little bit hard with you guys. Advantage on death saves is super great. The wisdom saves are just an added bonus into that. That being said, if you have any alternative uses, ideas, thoughts, questions, comments, or stories, please put it down beneath in the comment section. I really do appreciate hearing from you guys. And if you like that cool hand-drawn picture of Absurd and you'd like your own hand-drawn D&D picture, please check out the guild hall to figure out exactly how to do that. That being said, I hope you all have a great day, and as always, happy casting, everyone.